Talk 100.3. Well, the good news, if you're a car owner in the UAE, you could be getting some respite on the motor insurance premiums next year. This year, they went up 10 to 15% in some situations. Instead, policy renewals will likely see minor increases. To get more details, we are joined by the CEO of InsuranceMarket.ae, Avinash Babur. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for having me.
No, it's great to have you on the line. Looking for many people, we're in the midst of a cost of living issue, and we've seen that car insurance prices have gone up, but it looks like they may level out. Why could we see a leveling out of car insurance averages in 2024?
Well, just to put things in perspective, the premiums for car insurance are still considerably lower than they were pre-pandemic. So obviously during the pandemic, driving reduced. So you saw accidents go down a lot, and the cost benefits of that, because accidents were lower, were passed on to consumers as insurance companies lowered their premiums. Now that has all changed, thankfully, but it also unfortunately has brought about an increase in accidents. And so insurance companies have had to adjust for that. A lot of that was delayed to kind of show itself in premiums over time. But this year we could see it properly affect premiums. As we put out in the Gulf News article today, there has been on an average a 10 to 15% increase in premiums. Hopefully that's enough to pay for the claims that are coming through. But we are in an inflationary environment still. Like you said, there's a cost of living, so cost of repairing cars is also still quite a problem from an inflation perspective. So it remains to be seen whether the price increases made this year are adequate, for next year's claims.
Normally it used to be said that being a good boy in the insurance world always helps, because then you get, discounts if you go claims free. Will that be the case in the coming year? Because I didn't pay, I didn't get any benefits on my cars for this year's insurance, despite they being claims free for the last couple of years.
No, you're right. Look, there is always going to be discounts that you can get if you've, maintained a claims-free record. Mm-hmm. However, there is a regulatory minimum. So there is a minimum to which prices can go. And that is 1,600 for sedan vehicles and 2,000 dirhams for SUVs. Now, in many cases, insurance companies will discount this, and they're allowed to discount this up to 30%. This is all controlled by the regulator. If, of course, they're able to demonstrate a good claims history. So, whilst there are these limitations of how low premiums can go, there is certainly benefit in being claims free.
Looking at the situation for many people that are coming to the UAE, we've obviously seen a population boom over the past couple of years. And for many drivers that have got good track records are obviously going to benefit from the stabilisation in rate increases. But also for new residents in the UAE that have got new cars, whose 1 year dealership coverage is maybe coming to an end, they could be getting some higher premiums. Is that right?
When you're talking about brand new cars or just cars which are a year old and renewing now, you're probably going to want agency repair, which means that in the event of an accident, your car will be taken to the authorized workshop of the manufacturer of your vehicle. So in that case, the cost of repair in the event of an accident is going to be considerably higher. And as a result of that, insurance premiums tend to be higher. But the moment you're talking about non-agency repair cover, which is basically your car goes to another workshop and not to the official dealer's workshop, you're looking at, a substantially lower premium. So I hope that answers your question. But with regards to more people moving to Dubai, they could bring their driving record over and, they can speak to one of the advisors at InsuranceMarket.ae, and they'll help them transfer their claims experience here and hopefully get them a better deal as well.
There are, from a context of maintaining a clear record and importing your record, does it change much when you are not at fault in an accident and thus the claim is not because of your fault? Does it impact the next year's insurance policies?
Look, it shouldn't, because it's not your fault.
Right.
But the reality is that insurers may look at it differently. Going back to the example of agency repair, that's an additional cover that your insurance company gives you. But the regulatory requirement for the third-party insurance isn't to provide agency repair, and the third-party insurer is paying it because it's not your fault.
Right.
So in that case, even though it's not your fault, the insurer is footing a big proportion of the bill. And as a result, they may consider that a claim, even though it's not your fault. It's still a claim. It's still a cost to them, and they may look at it as a claim. But the good thing is that, there are multiple insurers here. Each one has different kind of philosophies when it comes to looking at these things when they underwrite their business. So there's always a solution out there, and that is why, we're here to help.
So does it pay to stay loyal to one insurer, or is it always good to go shopping?
Look, I mean, we are here to help customers. We always give them a choice at renewal. That is why we are here. There's no single right answer to this. It's very context dependent. Sometimes we do advise our own customers to switch insurer.
Okay.
What we advise and what we guarantee is that regardless of the insurer you choose, we will be there for you at the time of claim. We'll mediate your claim for you.
Well, we do appreciate your time. It can be quite a confusing place when it comes to the market, but you can usually get all those questions answered at InsuranceMarket.ae. Avinash Babur, the CEO, we do appreciate your time this afternoon.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
And if you want to get more details, you can see his website, InsuranceMarket.ae.